back again, back up in this piece, ready to do some coding. Yeah, this is a neutralization, a Python exercise done from Codewars, and you're gonna see right away that this is an 8 Caillou, so a little on the easy side. If you don't know, in Codewars the ranking goes from 8 to 1. 8 being the easiest, 1 being the hardest. This is an easy one, but this is a good one, and I'm going to use some techniques that are interesting, so I chose this one. So it's my world, I'm the decider, and you got to deal with it. So this is a good exercise though. Neutralization. And shout out to Saudi guy who does some really good exercises. So I know he's not going to watch this, but if you're looking for good exercises, look for this guy's name. I'm assuming it's a guy because his last part of his name is guy. That's his pronoun or whatever, whatnot. All right, let me clear this out. I think guy is a noun, right? Yeah. All righty. Given two strings comprised of plus and minus, return a new string which shows how the two strings interact in the following way. When the positives and positives interact, they remain positive. When negatives and negatives interact, they remain negative. And when positives and negatives interact, they become neutral and are shown as the number 0. What the hell does all that mean? You're going to be given two strings, and the strings will be a collection of positives and negatives. What you got to end up doing is comparing the corresponding indexes to each other. So, given these two strings, they're going to have the same number of characters, and we got to compare the corresponding indexes, like index 0 here, that's a 0, to index 0 here. The plus and the plus, you got to compare those. And you compare them according to these rules. So with the plus and the plus, that produces a plus because positives and positive produce a positive. Negative at index 1 produces a negative. And the plus and the minus at index 2, these are going to produce a 0 because it says when you have a positive and a negative comparing, that produces a 0. So this is really a basic logic exercise. Comparisons, really, it's all conditional. It's if you got plus plus, output is plus. Minus minus, output minus. If they are different, you return a 0 or you place a 0. The output is going to be a string consisting of the results of the comparisons. Let's look at examples down yonder Alonzo. So looking at this gets this because you really compare them thing by thing or character by character. Minus compared to a plus, 0. Minus compared to a plus, 0. So you go one by one, really, and compare the characters. And it ends up being pretty straightforward, which is why you have the 8 Caillou rating. So going to produce a string consisting of the results of the comparisons. Got it? Good. I am now going to get into my coding interface. Put on my coding hat. All right, with this one, my friends, we can do this as a one-liner because the logic is actually pretty simple. It's like, of course, we're getting two strings, S1 and S2, comparing character by character, and if the two characters we're comparing are different, we're going to place a 0. If they're the same, we're going to replace the character that is the same, like 2 pluses plus, 2 minuses minus, difference equals a 0. This is pretty simple logic, so we can just really produce a one-liner. So what I can do is I'm going to do list comprehension to create a list of the comparison results, and then turn that list into a string, and then return that string because the string is the output that is requested. So do it all in one line. I'll do my list comprehension here where I'm going to loop through S1 and S2 using the zip function. If you don't know, zip is a handy way to take two or more iterables and loop through them one element at a time using the corresponding indexes. Like as you loop through, you're going to get index 0 of both. Then you're going to get index 1 of both, index 2 of both, and so on. I know it's at least 2. I don't recall if you can do more. Obviously, you guys can look that up. And I'll probably look it up after this one because I'm curious. But zip is a cool way to do the corresponding index looping that you have in Python. So, and when you do the corresponding looping, what happens is you declare 2 variables for the elements to go into. Here, x is going to be the element from S1. Y will be the element from S2. And we move forward. So in list comprehension, this is the loop part. Now what am I going to do as we loop? I'm going to do a conditional situation because I'm going to be doing comparisons on these, right? So here's my conditional. And I did this kind of backwards because that's kind of how list comprehension is. Oxen free. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for the list comprehension. As I loop, what I'm going to do here is my conditional says if x is not equal to y, meaning they're different, I'm going to place the string 0. Otherwise, I'm going to place the value of x, which is going to be a plus or a minus. Else is if they are the same. If x and y are the same, I'm going to place that same character in my new string. To reiterate, positive is positive, negative, negative. So I reiterated that a bunch of times. So if you're not getting it, rewind and listen to it again because I think I've said it enough. So anyway, there's my conditional. And the result of this list comprehension is going to be a list consisting of the results of the comparisons. It's a lot of explanation for an 8 Caillou, right? It's probably because of the way I'm doing it. So there's my list comprehension. It's going to return a list, but I need to return a string. So I need to turn this list into a string. And there is a handy function to do that in Python called join. Join turns a list into a string when you have a list of strings. And what I'm doing here is I'm joining that list of strings with nothing in between them. The part before the dot in join means what are you putting in between it? I have an empty set of quotes here, which means I'm putting nothing in between them. Straight up, no chaser. That's it. Right. Run it back, homies. All right. All right. All right. Excellent. Let's go. Yeah, I explained the hell out of that one, so I'm sure you got it. And there's show you the code once again. I don't know why I always like to end on the code, but I guess that's sort of why you came here. Code and explanation. So there's the code, my friends. And with that one, I'm out. Neutralization, let's go.